Madam Chair, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. The vision of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations is a world free of hunger and malnutrition for present and future generations, where agriculture contributes to improving the living standard of all, but especially the poorest, in an economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable manner. With 925 million people worldwide suffering from chronic hunger and malnutrition, and as the world's population is estimated to rise to more than 9 billion by 2050, an increase in food production of more than 70% will be required at the global level and probably 100% in developing countries. Meeting the demand of the population growth will place additional high pressure on the agriculture, forestry, and fishery sectors to provide food, feed, and fiber, as well as income, employment, and other essential ecosystem services. In addition, these sectors and local communities must also respond to the emerging challenges of climate change, continuing urbanization, transboundary threats from animal, plant, pest, and diseases, as well as food safety hazards and nuclear accident. Knowing that 2 out of 3 people living in rural areas depend mainly on agriculture and natural resources-based livelihoods and are regularly exposed to climatic hazard and other risks, FAO, in its new strategic frameworks, prioritizes action for DRR within its corporate strategic objective, focusing on improved preparedness for an effective response to food and agriculture threat and emergency, using DRR as an integral part of its wider approach to disaster risk management and development. FAO is aiming to reduce the vulnerability of people before, during, and after disasters, focusing on capacity development of individuals, institutions, and enabling environment at the local, national, regional, and global level, and including urban and rural areas. This approach to DRR is also essential as a key entry point to climate change adaptation and linked to the FAO work on the development and humanitarian assistance both together. Sustainable DRR strategies in agriculture sector must incorporate short and long-term perspective and must be linked to climate change adaptation and integrated into sustainable recovery and development. In this context, FAO has consolidated its ongoing DRR work into a new framework program on disaster risk reduction and management. This program guides FAO in the implementation of DRR measures in member countries in a more integrated, programmatic, and long-term manner, with greater coherence and strategic directions, while harnessing good practices and technical capacities of the sectoral departments. And intervention under the framework program are tailored to the country's regional specific strengths and needs and delivered on a demand and modular responses. These pillars of the new framework program are linked and closely correspond to the priority areas of the HYOGO framework for action. The new framework program demonstrates FAO commitments to the implementation of HYOGO framework for action in partnership with governments, UN agencies, non-governmental organizations, and civil society. It responds to the need for closer collaboration and clarified roles and responsibility between DRR actors and sector agencies at all levels to ensure sound implementation of the objectives of the HYOGO framework for action. My conclusion. As a partner organization of the United Nations International Strategy for Disaster Risk Reduction, FAO will continue to focus on and contribute to a better understanding and acting on linkages between the increasingly complex food and agriculture system and the deepening vulnerabilities across a wider range of population. Against this background, there is an urgent need to enhance the resilience of agricultural livelihoods to threats and emergencies in a more significant and integrated manner, and to strengthen the food and nutrition security of farmers, fishers, pastoralists, foresters, and vulnerable people who are hungry in a chronic or acute way. Thank you very much.